We might be live right now. I'm gonna go with this here. Hey there, party people. I love how I get like notifications in the middle of my live here. It is great to it's great to be back here. I say that because this actually feels way more comfortable than what I'm about to do. In 30 minutes, I will be at my first gym class, uh, attending my first gym class in the year. And I'll be honest, I'm not nervous. I'm afraid, I'm scared. And I have really been stepping into recommitting to documenting the journey that I'm on, the journey and all the different facets that it lives and takes place in. And there will be a day where we're up on stage or we're meeting in a conversation or we're having a powerful life transforming event. And part of my presence is my commanding physical feature. And underneath all that will be like my six pack and and everything. But that day is not today. That day is not today. Today is the day where I move forward a bit more in my journey uh, to bring back in a physical element of of growth. I actually realized here I've been realizing as I've been having conversations. I've only really talked to three people outside of my wife Nicole about my weight and about like anything related to health and physical stuff. And what I'm starting to see is there's it's a very triggering area for me. It's a very triggering area. I feel good, then and then and then and then, but like I feel good overall. But there's still a large part of me that is recognizing that there's more to it. There's more to all this for me. And so what I want to do is really just be here and share in the and just document this feeling of being afraid here. And what's coming on for me as I'm talking is this feeling of exponential growth versus exponential decay. I was actually talking to someone about this stuff earlier today, and look, notice even my language. This stuff. I don't even have the language to articulate and to specifically call out what I'm talking about. I was talking to someone about the way that I view my weight and going to the gym and the insecurities and anxieties and such that I have around it earlier today. There, it's been said, it's been named. And I realized as it was going on how much of this year. Sorry, I have to take a pause here. I'm seeing that Fari Eskandari has sent a message and it said, "So proud of you." A lot of this year, Fari is one of those three people. She was the first person that opened this up for me recently, and she's a tremendous coach and a fitness trainer, and she's really just been someone who's been willing to be on this journey with me. And one of the things that I'm finding this time around is I'm looking to apply the principles of transformation that I've used to reclaim my name, to set myself up to lead the World Joy movement, to become a father and feel this complete comfort in that journey and path. I'm looking to now apply those same principles of transformation to the game of really getting my body into a healthy shape. And it's the first time I've ever considered it a game, realistically. So I'll be sharing some things on here, and I think I'm just gonna just let myself share as time goes on. The things that come to mind here are kind of like, okay, like what I've always had a gym membership. There's almost never been a time where I haven't paid for some gym membership at some point. But having a gym membership does not a six pack make, and six pack isn't really my goal. But then the question became, what is my goal? And that's been lacking for a very long time. I noticed for me, I'm someone who, if I'm going to the gym, then I'll change my diet. But it doesn't happen the other way around. Like it's not like it's like, oh, if I'm going to the gym, like I don't want to waste the time that I was there. Nor and the other thing is that I have had multiple instances where I've had to like, well, this is what I don't want to share publicly at least. So here we go. Hold on, let me feel into it. So what I've been finding as this goes on is that there's actually a mental part of this, an emotional part of uh, physicality and working out that comes along with it. And I have this memory, and my thing is I don't remember a lot. So what I do remember, I think it has significance. I apply significance to it. A few years ago, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go to the gym, and I went to go get a training session, and they gave you a complimentary one-on-one training session with the trainer, so that you can see if you wanted to go and get fitness training. I'll be honest, at the time, like financially, I was not planning on doing it, but I was like, I'm not going to turn off an opportunity to get some one-on-one attention. So when I did it, the person there, I'll never forget him. Like he was jacked. It was really like there was muscles on his muscles, and I remember like meeting him and feeling like, okay, we're gonna do this here. And what ended up taking place was throughout that experience, he just like he worked me beyond what I was physically capable of. And he said these words to me, and this actually probably informs a lot of what gets called out of me, what happens out in the world when it comes to my coaching and beyond. Is that he said to me, "You will never be able to push yourself as hard as I push you. You will never be able to push yourself as hard as I push you." And I remember thinking in my distraught like state, just like, of course not, because you're not the one that's doing the work. Like, I'm the one that has to do the work. Like, it's easy for me. I can tell you to go do 3,000 push-ups. Like, and then when you do that, I'll push you even harder. It's not that hard to push someone. It's not like you don't get a gold star in my book because of that. That does not impress me. But it did make me realize like kind of his approach to it all. And he did push me much harder than I would ever push myself, just without any breaks, all that stuff. And I can still remember that workout. But what I also remember of that workout was that it ended up with me in the men's room, in the bathroom stall, curled up on a ball, on the floor in like in a fetal position, and I was there for about 15, 20 minutes, just like regaining myself. And that experience like hasn't left me. That experience hasn't left me, and I think there's a large part of me that is afraid of going back into one of those experiences. About 2 or 3 years ago, I don't remember when I got into it in Singapore, but I went to it was time for me to get back into working out. And I had done some Muay Thai. Over the years, I've been a part of like Muay Thai. I've done boxing, Planet Fitness, all those things. I've had different like times where I've had like varying levels of success, and I've been really trying to figure out like what lets it stick, what will make it stick. So I went, and there was something about that I found from like the boxing experience where it's like, all right, if I'm doing it for like 3 minutes, in my mind, I'm like, I can do anything for 3 minutes. Like, even if I want to like stop punching or stop running or stop whatever it is, like if it's 3 minutes, I can do it. And so I thought high intensity interval training would be the right thing for me. And to be honest, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I went to this program called F45, and the thing that I want to call out here, shout out to F45, like no affiliates or anything like that, but I just really enjoyed the experience. The thing about it for me was the first time I went to the session, I was all ready to go, geared up, everything. And then what ended up happening was about 32 minutes into the session, I had to stop completely, and I had to go sit on the sidelines and watch as I couldn't like actually handle the session. They gave me some gummy bears, and they're like, I think it's something with your sugar right now. And after a while, I was able to like get my breath back. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember being at like step one with that, and like literally having to like remove myself, not being able to do the exercise. So there's a part of me that's like, do I want to go back into that? And I realized like I'm still holding that right now when it comes to various things with physicality and going back into the gym. So I say all that because I may never ever say that again. here. I feel pretty exposed, so I'm feeling that feels like the right place for me to be. I'm usually pretty transparent and open, and what's vulnerable for me is not. There's just a lot of room now. Um, but right now I'm thinking about this, and I'm gonna end this conversation here so I can get there with some ample time to feel comfortable and get into the space. But I'm thinking about the concept of exponential growth and exponential decay, with the idea being that uh, I'm good in understanding the compounding effects in a positive way around of growth. Right, I spend time as an actuary. I can see exponential changes taking place. But what I'm also starting to realize, and this happened, I started to realize it over the course of last year. There's also exponential decay, and that decay, it's like really small, almost like infinitesimally small, like changes that you almost don't notice, and then eventually they start to compound, and they start compounding against you in a very negative way. So now it's been over 365 days since I last stepped into a gym. I'm not worried about it from like a COVID perspective here. Like Singapore is good on that. Like I'm just like, oh, I'm starting from zero. I feel like I'm really starting from zero, and I'm coming into this. And I think more than anything else, I wanted to document this experience. I wanted to document what I'm feeling right now, because there will be a day where perhaps fitness is just a thing that I do. It's been like my fifth Ironman, and we'll talk about the time beforehand, and I'll look at someone, and they may not be able to see and never like get that I would understand how they feel about their own journey and transformation, even in the physical element. And so I want to capture this. And part of this was also me doing something to get myself into a space where I felt, I don't know, I can feel a sense of, I don't know, ownership, strength, whatever it is, leaning into this year. I feel a little unburdened. I can even just feel like my shoulders is coming down. And now I'm like, all right, it's time to start day one and to make things go on from there. It's a game to play. It's where things are going. It's where things are growing. So I'm excited. It's happening, and I'm glad you can be on this journey. I'm gonna share more and just keep things on like about how my journeys evolve, with this and others, knowing that there is that for one person out there, either now or in the future, there'll be something about this story, this element of what's happening that will be meaningful for them. And I know at least right now there's one person who it's meaningful for, and it's me. So I'm grateful for you. I will see you soon. Um, yeah, I'm excited now. I gotta go off and go start the path of exponential growth, one infinitesimal step at a time. Until later on. Hey, Oniyama here. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and then go ahead and leave one of your insights from today's video in the comments below. If you're looking to take this deeper, you can go and watch another video, or you can go to niyama.com/tribe to get exclusive invitation to our tribe member only events. I'll see you soon.